the role of women also in Anantapur district in agriculture has been hugely devalued. Because of ground and because of cash cropping, women no longer have the role that they had in groundnut, though they are doing most of the work. They had all the knowledges, all about seeds, all about the knowledge systems that were there. They had all this and they were equal partners in agriculture. But with the advent of cash cropping, because groundnut is a cash crop after all, and then the cash crops that you see nowadays, more and more the women have been thrown out of the decision making. They have become just laborers both at home and outside.
Let's take a look at women in agriculture. Women form an important part or a major part of the agriculture of the district, with men leaving agriculture, migrating out from rural areas. Women have a major role to play in agriculture. So we looked at both conventional mainstream farmers and organic farmers. We wanted to see what were the kind of activities that women were involved in both systems of agriculture. Very much change. They are involved in a range of activities: plant preparation, seed sowing, transplanting, manuring. So the range of activities are similar for both sets of farming types. And what is the kind of workload that women from organic farming families have and from mainstream farming families? We see that there isn't very much variation here either. The number of hours that they spend on an average is quite similar between both sets of farmers, both conventional and organic. So there's a general feeling that the workload of women increases when you shift to organic agriculture. From farmers themselves, we've learned that there isn't very much change in the number of hours that people put in, whether it's organic or mainstream. What is the role that they have in decision making? Do they have the power to make decisions, whether it's the choice of crop, the choice of seed, what kind of inputs to use, where to market your produce, or what to do with the income that comes from agriculture? So this is women with other family members, this is women only, and that's only male members. So most of the families, on most of these parameters, it's the male members that make the decisions. Women have very little role in decision making. What we see here is, in organic farming families, women have about 40% say in the choice of crop. But when it comes to mainstream agriculture, women have just about 30% decision making. So 40% of organic farming women are involved in decision making, but 60% it's only men. Not 40%, but this is 35%. And this is less. So between organic and mainstream, there's a difference. Organic, mainstream, organic, mainstream, organic, mainstream. So you see the difference within organic and mainstream, and with women alone and male alone. They're involved in a whole lot of activities. Where do they get information for their agriculture? So we asked them, so there were organic farming families, 82% of them said they get expert advice, they get expert information for cultivation of their crops. But when it came to the mainstream, it was only 55% of women who said that they were able to get specialized information on the crops that they cultivate. Timbuktu Collective has women's groups. They have a federation of Sanghas, which is in Mahashakti, and they have 4 other cooperatives, women's cooperatives, and they are an alternate banking system. So they provide financial assistance to women members, to farmers for their agricultural operations. So they're supporting women's empowerment through financial support.
So Dharani, so far from the year 2006 to 2015-16 is not yet over. This is the highlights, financial highlights. Initially, Dharani, when it was registered as Max in 2008, before 2008 there were operations started with the help of one of the cooperatives promoted by Timbuktu Collective. The name of the cooperative is Adi Shakti. That time it was named as Adi Shakti Dharani.
Women in decision making kind of thing. If you see the study, collective decision making is very lesser than women alone and men alone decision making. I think even organic millets promotion also, if you see, collective decision making always is encourageable. But I don't know, I think even in if we common thinking, most of the things, the collective decision would be more than women alone thing. But women alone decision making also some extent is encourageable, but collective decision making always is good.
Absolutely, I agree with that. But what that study says is that even though women are involved in a lot of activities in agriculture, the decision making lies mostly with men. It's perfectly alright, it's the ideal situation where both men and women, where there's joint decision making. But when it's just the male members in the family that take the decision, there is a difference. There definitely is a difference. So what we're trying to say is not that women alone should take any decisions. It's just that they should become part of the decision making process, which is not happening. It's just male dominated. What that study says is that even though women are involved in a lot of activities in agriculture, the decision making lies mostly with men. It's perfectly alright, it's the ideal situation where both men and women, where there's joint decision making. But when it's just the male members in the family that take the decision, there is a difference. There definitely is a difference. So what we're trying to say is not that women alone should take any decisions. It's just that they should become part of the decision making process, which is not happening. It's just male dominated.